Good morning. It's 6 a.m. I just got done working a 12-hour shift, so now it's finally time for me to go to Texas for All In. Now, I have never been to an AEW pay-per-view. I've never been to Starrcast. I've never been to Texas. But all of those things are changing this weekend, and I'm so excited. I'm going to be documenting the entire journey. But for this current moment, I'm gonna finish packing because I leave in 3 hours to go to the airport and I'm not done packing. Yikes. I'm going to finish up on some schoolwork because I have assignments due on Sunday, and I know damn well I am not gonna want to sit here and do assignments in my hotel room while I'm in Texas. That's just not happening. And I'm also going to curl my hair because what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is that? So I'm going to do all those things. I also have some bracelets that I have to finish making. I've already made a shit ton, but I need to make more because I'm going to be giving some to some of my friends. Some people that I'm meeting for the first time, I'm giving some to them too. I have a couple more that I need to finish in the event that, some of these Starrcast surprise announcements that are coming during All In are some of these people that I want to meet. Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. I also want to show you guys this thing, right? So Will Ospreay's not been announced for Starrcast, which is quite unfortunate, but my delusion is telling me that he's going to get announced during All In on Saturday, for after the event. So if you know me, you know I like giving gifts, right? I decided to take it upon myself to get Will yet another necklace. The first time I met him, I got him like a silver emblem Assassin's Creed necklace because the one I wanted to get him was sold out. But they restocked it. So I bought it. And hopefully I'm gonna give it to him. Like, look at this shit. Like, why am I shaking so bad? Hello? I don't know. Might be the monster I've been drinking. I don't know. But yeah, look at this shit. Like, that's so fucking cool. Hello? Like, I want it. And I've never played a set. I take that back. I've played Odyssey, which I don't know if that counts for anything. But yeah, so we got him this. Hopefully he's announced for Starrcast or something, or God, if you fuck with me. But that's not it. That's not it. There is 50 American dollars on this. 50 American dollars. It is a Krispy Kreme gift card. Because, when Will likes to feel the vibrations and be up in the clouds, he likes Krispy Kreme. So I bought him a Krispy Kreme gift card. We'll see how that goes. And it's so funny because when I was buying the Krispy Kreme gift card, I was paying with my debit card, obviously, because I don't use cash. But the people at Krispy Kreme, because it was over, I think like $25 was their limit. Because it was over $25, they had to have me show my ID and all this kind of stuff because they thought I was buying Krispy Kreme gift cards for a scam. But I was like, no, I was like, no. It's for somebody. Like, it's a gift. But so apparently people are buying Krispy Kreme gift cards as scam, which is wild, but more power to you. But yeah, that's enough of show and tell for the moment. I gotta pack. So I'll catch y'all in a bit. Made it to the airport. I'm tired. Can you tell by my eyes? I'm tired. My flight boards to Denver in an hour and a half. I'm getting some food because I haven't eaten all day. I'm gonna go to my gate, and I'm gonna charge my phone because my phone's at 10%. I'm a mess today. I really am. But, yeah, we're gonna go get on our flight soon. Travel update. My flight got delayed. What the fuck? We got rerouted to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and we're just kind of here. Apparently there's storms happening in Denver, but we looked at the radar and there's no storms really in the radar. I don't know, I'm very confused. Apparently there's also a ground stop in Denver for like 50 minutes, so we're just kind of here. I don't know. So because of this ground stop, actually, I'm missing AEW karaoke. My flight got delayed to the 8:55, and I don't land in Dallas until like 11:30 midnight. So I'm missing karaoke, which sucks because I really wanted to go to that. But at this point, I want to get on my flight. Boarding the flight to Dallas. Okay, update. It is 12:48. I just got to my hotel room and I literally changed and then I started recording. Like, this whole flight situation was so weird. Like, apparently the winds were super bad in Denver and it was delaying like a bunch of flights. Didn't know that, but we ended up stranded in fucking Nebraska of all places. And like, what do you mean I got stranded in Nebraska? Nebraska? All right, we made it. I don't know if you can see the view from out here, but unfortunately I've got AT&T Stadium in my fucking vision. Fuck that. Fuck the Cowboys. Yeah, so I guess I'm just going to get ready for bed. I was going to go down to the bar, but they close kind of early. I guess because it's a weekday. But they close kind of early, so and I missed fucking karaoke. There's that. So I'm going to stay in for the night probably. I might order something up to the room though, I don't know. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna get our rest because tomorrow I have to be up at like 8 in the morning. Or no, I have to be at the Sheraton Hotel at like 8 in the morning to get my fucking wristbands for Starrcast. God. But yeah, so I'm going to peace out for the night. I'll catch you in the morning when I wake up. I'm freezing. It's cold in my room. I mean, I love that's cold. I love being cold. But, yeah, so here's the shirt, and I'm wearing a skirt. I don't know. I'll show a full-length, like, mirror thing in a minute. I gotta recurl my hair a little bit, just touch it up, and then do my makeup. And then I'm going to Starrcast. It's like almost 8 o'clock. It starts at 10. I still have to go get my bracelets, so yeah. We gotta hurry. Okay, I'm ready. I love this outfit. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the mirror. 1 second. Okay, so this is what we're working with. The shirt is from Low at Wrestling Wind Down. Go get you one of our shirts. Super cute. Got me some boots, got me a hat, and I am rhinestone the Femme Slam on my hat because I had to rep the pod. I gotta go though because I'm late. So, good morning. Happy All In day. I didn't record that much at Starrcast last night. I mostly wanted to enjoy the experience. I'll post some of my pictures or whatever in here. It is All In day. I'm in the lobby of the hotel. I am waiting for my friend JJ to get down here. Then we're going to go to the tailgate this morning. And then we'll go to the event. There's an after party tonight that we're going to go to. Depending on who's announced for Starrcast, we will be attending that as well. It's a busy day in the world of wrestling. So I'll check in whenever I get to the arena. But yeah. Guys, I made it to All In. I found my seat. Hold on. Like, do you see this? Do you see this? This is insane. I'm so fucking close. I didn't think I was gonna be this close whenever I bought the tickets, but oh my god. Like, what the fuck? It is the middle of the show. We opened with the trios title match. The Ops won, but they killed Samoa Joe. The Death Riders are just sore losers. Like, absolute sore losers. But the men's casino gauntlet is next. I'm rooting for a Jay White return. That's it, that's all. Checking in, it's like the midway point. So a lot of things happened. First of all, Kyle Fletcher didn't win the TNT title, which made me crash out. Will and Swerve won. We're at the women's casino gauntlet. Oh, and MJF won the men's casino gauntlet, which I thought was going to happen. We'll check back in a bit. Athena just won the women's casino gauntlet. I'm so fucking happy. Siri came up. Alex Windsor came up. Wow. Athena. Holy fucking shit, bro. Holy fucking shit. Okay, time for a check-in. Tony retained. Good shit. I don't know who's gonna win this Okada-Kenny match. My heart says Kenny, but my head says Okada. So I just hope everybody has fun. We'll update later. Set my head
holding that shit for long, though. Swear to God. You ain't holding that shit for long.
Hi guys, it is officially after All In. My voice is shot still. This is like 2 days after the fact. I realized I didn't kind of finish this vlog. I wanted to do that and give like a recap of All In as a whole. Obviously there were some things in there that I didn't record. There were some things that, you know, I just didn't necessarily have my phone out for because I wanted to really experience the show, and I did. So I guess we'll just kind of get into like a recap situation with this. Overall thoughts on the card. That was probably one of the best pay-per-views I have ever seen in my lifetime. I mean, I'm 24 years old, so take that how you will. But as a wrestling fan, I have not seen a start to finish pay-per-view that has been better than what All In was. Yeah, it was just, we'll go through each of the matches on here as I kind of recap, but yeah, this card was insane, and I didn't expect anything less. On paper, this looked incredible. So, yeah, we'll get into it, and we'll start off with the trios title match between the Ops and the Death Riders. I went into this thinking that the Ops were going to win it, and I was not surprised that they won it. However, watching Samoa Joe get taken out in front of my own eyes was brutal. I didn't expect that to happen. I wasn't really thinking going into it that like, oh, the Death Riders are going to do something crazy. Samoa Joe got taken out, and I feel like that's going to sort of set up for potentially like a Samoa Joe versus Gabe Kidd at Forbidden Door. I wouldn't be mad at it. Out of all the options that you could have Gabe Kidd do at Forbidden Door, that's probably the better one. I'm happy that the Ops retained. I think they needed to retain, and I'm hoping that this sets up for potentially Claudio and Yuta to turn on Mox. Now, there was a match that was announced for Dynamite that was, I think it's the Death Riders, so it's Wheeler, Claudio, and Mox versus Hangman, Hobbs, and Mark Briscoe? I don't know if that's correct, but I know the Death Riders are in it. I have a feeling maybe we get some sort of turn there. I want it to happen. I've been dying for that to happen. So hopefully that's where that goes. But I don't know. It was a really good match. There were a lot of crazy spots in this match. I went into it not having super high expectations for the trios match, but I was pleasantly surprised. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Next, we have the men's casino gauntlet. Now, actually, before I left for All In, I did a predictions video. I recorded and everything. I just didn't have time to edit it and put it up before I actually left for All In. But in that predictions video, I said that MJF was going to win the casino gauntlet. It just felt so obvious that his story so far for the past like 8 months of him like wanting to be in the title picture but not wanting to work super hard for it, I felt like that was kind of a dead giveaway, that he was going to win some sort of contract to go after the AEW world title. I wasn't wrong. MJF wins the casino gauntlet. It was a great match. I mean, it was a good match, a good casino gauntlet. I think everybody that went in there, because we had like Bandito, we had Takeshita, Josh Alexander, Kota Ibushi, Mark Briscoe, Mystico, Ricochet. It was Juice Robinson returned. The Guns returned. Oh my God, Juice Robinson returned, and I lost my mind. Like I wasn't expecting it. I wanted Jay White so bad. After I saw Juice Robinson and the Guns return, I was like, okay, we're getting Jay White. We're getting Jay White. We're getting Jay White. And it never happened. Ugh. I need Jay White back. Really good casino gauntlet match. MJF wins it. I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. So the next thing that we're going to get into is the TNT title match. Now, this was the point in the show where I truly felt like the audience wasn't as into it as before. And there's good reason. Adam Cole came out before the match even started and, basically said, like, he doesn't know if he's going to be coming back. And that sucked all the energy out of the room. People were crying. I was crying. Adam Cole is such an important figure in wrestling, and to see him come out, not only be vulnerable like that, but to come out and like actually be the one to tell us like, hey, like this could be it, right? That sucks. And I want nothing for the best for Adam Cole. I hope that he gets better. I hope that maybe one day we see him in the ring again. And then seeing Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong come up and hug him after that did it in for me. But yeah, that's the whole, because it was announced on 0 Hour that he was obviously going to be vacating the TNT title and that it would be a four-way match between Kyle Fletcher, Daniel Garcia, Sammy Guevara, and Dustin Rhodes. Very, very sad. I'm still emotional about it. But yeah, we get into the TNT title match. I thought for what it was, despite the circumstances and everything, I don't think it was a bad match. Obviously, we all were kind of rooting for Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher to have that one-on-one match, but since that couldn't happen, I think they made the best with what they had. Dustin Rhodes is the new TNT champ. Initial reaction when that happened was, one, did the ref screw up? My initial reaction was just like shock. I thought the ref messed up. I thought maybe someone else messed up. I thought I was probably delusional, but and then I was mad. I'm not gonna lie, I was upset, and I still kind of am in some aspects. I'm gonna be fully biased here. I am such a big fan of Kyle Fletcher. I think that Kyle Fletcher is probably the most improved wrestler of this past year. Kyle Fletcher has completely transformed himself and has, gone from being almost under Will Ospreay's shadow, right? And completely just made himself his own. And I'm so proud of him for that, but also
I think that is commendable and worthy of something like the title. So I was fully convinced, like, even before the four-way match was announced, I was convinced that Kyle Fletcher was going to win the TNT Championship on Saturday. And that didn't happen. Now, I'm curious how it's going to go. One of my biggest worries, and this is just me being fully honest, because I don't want to sit here and sugarcoat, like, my thoughts or anything like that. I want to be 100% genuine and honest how I feel about these things. It does worry me a little bit because Kyle Fletcher has had so much momentum coming into this. He's been having incredible matches with, Will Ospreay, Mark Briscoe, like, oh yeah, it's nuts. Hangman too. He's had such a high amount of momentum coming into this, and I was thinking that All In was going to be sort of the exclamation point on that. It wasn't. So now I can't help but be like, where do we go from here? Right? Because I do think that Kyle Fletcher is still needing that title. Kyle Fletcher is still absolutely worthy of that title. And I'm curious as to how, booking-wise, they're going to keep his momentum going long enough for Dustin Rhodes to have a however long TNT title reign, and then for Kyle Fletcher to come in. I'm not going to shy away from it and say that I'm still not upset at how it happened. I do understand why Dustin Rhodes won. I understand that they needed that feel-good moment after Adam Cole. I understand that Dustin Rhodes hasn't won in a singles title in God knows how long. I understand that, Dustin Rhodes is kind of close to hanging the boots up. But even despite all that, right, I still felt like it was Kyle Fletcher's moment. Kyle Fletcher should have had that moment. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. Don't jump me. But, yeah, that was the most disappointing part of the night for me. Okay, next we have the tag team match. Swerve and Will versus the Young Bucks. Now, I'm just going to take a second to talk about Will's Assassin's Creed entrance because, oh my god, witnessing that live was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Shout out to, I don't remember who, I think someone posted about it on Twitter, but whoever worked on that entrance, whoever, got the ninjas together and did all of the design, oh my god, it was so good. So good. Like, you get your 10s. That was insane to see. I still get goosebumps, like, thinking about it. But anyways, we have this match between Swerve and Will and the Young Bucks, and I'm not going to lie, I thought the Young Bucks were going to win this match. You couldn't have told me otherwise. I just felt like, there was no way the Young Bucks were going to give up their EVP titles. There was no way. But as soon as I got there, like, as soon as we got to that match, in my head, I was like, I think the Young Bucks are going to win. I still cheered my ass off for Swerve and Will. Because those are my people. This was probably the greatest tag team match I've ever seen. Period. Maybe interchangeably between the Young Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny at Revolution, but like witnessing this live, oh my god, like it was insane. I always knew that they were going to have a good match. You put two of the best guys in the company against one of the greatest tag teams of all time, you're going to get magic. But I guess I just wasn't prepared for how good it was going to be. But then Swerve and Will got the win. The Bucks are no longer the EVPs. As of right now, Swerve and Will are the EVPs of AEW. I assume they'll probably give that power back to the people, like they said. But what a crazy match. Like that, what an insane match. I could sit here and go on, and I don't want to because we have so many other matches to get to on this card. Wow. All I gotta say. Next is the Women's Casino Gauntlet. Good-ass Women's Casino Gauntlet, let me tell you. We started out with Chris Statlander and Megan Main, and they immediately started going to work. And, one by one, we had Willow come in, Julia Hart, Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, Tekla was in there too. Alex Windsor debuted. I lost my voice on that one. That's why I sound like this, is because of her. So shout out Alex Windsor. And then Athena, who ended up winning the Casino Gauntlet. I thought personally it was going to be either Willow or Chris. I am not mad at Athena. I'm so happy that Athena is finally getting the flowers that she so deserved. She's the Ring of Honor Forever champion. And I feel like a lot of people don't really give her enough credit for that. The way that she's been able to almost build herself to this force that she is now, between like in-ring work, promo work, character work, like everything together, like she is a force to be reckoned with. And I don't think she gets enough credit for just how much she has, like how far she has come in her journey, since Ember Moon. I respect the hell out of Athena's talent. I think she is one of the best women's wrestlers in the world right now. She's incredible. She deserves more credit. She deserves more recognition. And I'm glad that we are not necessarily fully giving it to her yet. I think there's still more things that need to be done in order to give that to her. But I'm glad we're starting because she deserves that. Next is the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. And can I say something first? So the Hurt Syndicate went against Jet Speed and the Patriarchy. This is the Hurt Syndicate's best tag team match that they've had since they've become a thing on AEW television. Sue me. Yeah, the Hurt Syndicate, I haven't been super impressed with the matches they've had so far. This was the first time to where I was fully invested into a Hurt Syndicate match. And maybe that's because of Jet Speed, because I'm a fan of Jet Speed, but even then, like, the performance that Shelton and Bobby were putting on was a good one. I am super high on Shelton Benjamin, actually. I think he's incredibly underrated. But yeah, even despite all that, like, this was the first time that, like, I genuinely couldn't take my eyes off the screen watching a Hurt Syndicate match. And yeah, it was a good match. I don't think it was the correct winner. I think that Jet Speed should have won, especially because they were getting dog walked left and right every week. They were, getting beaten up. They never really stood tall except for once. I just really thought that Jet Speed should have won these titles. I think there's a chance they could. Later on down the line, I feel like, though, in between that, obviously FTR is in the picture for the tag titles. I feel like they would have to take them off of FTR and not the Hurt Syndicate. The thing I want to talk about most, though, from this match was the aftermath. Nick Wayne, if you hear me, look at me. Thank you. I have been waiting for the moment that Nick Wayne turned on Christian. I was waiting. It's been like months, right? And every time I'm so invested in this whole story with the patriarchy. Like, you guys had me looking at, like, things in the background, trying to, like, find little details and, like, hints of a heel turn, like, reading body language and stuff like that. Like, the shit was real. But Nick Wayne, I love you. Like, you did the damn thing, and I'm so happy about it. I'm super high on Nick Wayne too. I think Nick Wayne is one of the few people that I see currently in AEW who I can look to as like the future, if that makes sense. Nick Wayne is absolutely that for me. Him turning on Christian, beautifully done. Beautifully done. It was kind of like a callback to Christian and Jungle Boy's situation that they had where Christian turned on Jungle Boy. So I thought that was a nice touch. And then Coke came out, which I knew at some point they were going to get back together. I just didn't know when, and I definitely didn't expect the Nick Wayne thing to happen at All In, which is maybe why the Hurt Syndicate retained, so they could save that for like the big moment in the tag match. I don't know, but yeah, Cope came back, saved Christian. We'll see where that goes. For now, kudos Nick Wayne. Kudos. Like, good shit. This next match. Now, this is the first of the triple main events. Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné. Wow. This is up there as like top 3 women's matches for me of the past decade, maybe all time. Like, this is up there for me. The storytelling in this match, how Mercedes kept trying to get Toni with like roll-up maneuvers and all that kind of stuff, and it just not working. You know, the story that they were it was so back and forth. Like, I was stressed. This match had me stressed, but man, what a match. I'm so happy too that Toni retained. I have been waiting for the moment to where we kind of start this like almost ego death for Mercedes Moné. I think this is where it starts. I think she's going to start losing title after title after title after title until she has like nothing left. At least it's what I hope results from this. Incredible match. Toni Storm she continues to prove why she's one of the best in the world. And so does Mercedes. But wow. Toni's performance especially, like, blew me away. Blew me away. But yeah, it was a lot. The finish too, extremely poetic. You know, the devil's kiss into the avalanche, the Storm Zero, if you want to call it that. Incredible. Whoever's next up for Toni Storm, I don't even know. I don't even know. Good luck. That's all I gotta say. So this next match, and one of the matches I was extremely excited for, was Okada versus Kenny Omega. I went into this with sort of high expectations because of, you know, the legacy that is Okada versus Omega, right? I've watched all 4 Okada Omega matches. I know the lore, I know the history. So my expectations were a little bit high because it is just Okada and Omega, but not as high given, you know, Kenny's struggles with diverticulitis, Okada, you know, getting up there in age, like, so I had sort of high expectations, but not as high as I did during their matches over in New Japan. They blew me away too. Like, I went into this, you know, being like, oh, you know, I mean, it's going to be a good match, but it's not going to be, you know, something crazy. And I don't think I'm wrong in saying that out of the 5 matches of Okada Omega, this was the worst one, but it's still a good match. Okada Omega was nuts. There are spots in it where I was truly terrified for their safety and health. Is the storytelling with Kenny's diverticulitis, I think there was also, like, Okada's arm or, like, shoulder, kind of made it to where it was, like, anybody could win this. Don Callis got involved, as I assumed he would. And Okada is the new unified champion. Tony Khan actually came out in the press conference and was like, this is now under Continental rules. So no interferences. It'll be defended in the Continental Classic, which I kind of assumed it would be no matter what. I just, since they were aligning the lineages of the International and Continental belt, I kind of assumed that we were going to be under Continental rules. But that's beside the point. Okada wins. I kind of had Kenny in the days coming up to All In, but I think like Friday, when I really sat down and started thinking about it, the more I leaned Okada. Last but certainly not least, the Texas Death Match between Hangman and Moxley. Hangman coming out to his old theme, like, genuinely made me want to cry immediately. Wow. Yeah, Hangman coming out to his old theme really did it for me immediately. And him and Mox got to it right away. I think Mox started bleeding within like a minute and a half. Yeah, Hangman wasn't playing around. They ended up getting glass involved, they got nail beds involved, they got forks involved, they got tables involved. Anything that you can think of, they probably had it. But yeah, chairs. I forgot about the suplex onto the chair. Oh my god, that was a gnarly spot. It was insane. And obviously, like, within this match, like, as it was going on, I kind of knew that we were going to get run-ins. I knew we were going to get interferences. But the thing that I appreciate about us getting these interferences is the fact that while, yes, this match had run-ins, right? The people coming in didn't have a huge part to play in the outcome of the match. You know what I mean? They came in, they did something for maybe a couple minutes, and we're out. Right? Will Ospreay, God bless him, runs out. Tries to help, he gets taken out. Bryan Danielson comes out in the Blue Panther mask and is doing the yes, 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 yes. Psycho Nita Wheeler Yuta. Darby Allin ascends from the rafters. Right? And then to really bring this whole thing together, Swerve Strickland, who gives Hangman the chain that ultimately submits Jon Moxley. Like, there's everybody within that main event who ran in made sense for the story. You had Will, who for the past, 4 or 5 months has been trying to fight the Death Riders. He's been trying to kind of get the gang together and fight the Death Riders. So that's why he was involved. Danielson, obviously, was taken out by Mox. Darby Allin, also taken out by Mox, but was the initial sort of catalyst for everybody coming together and taking down the Death Riders. He was the person who put the seed in Will's head of, hey, we need to have everybody on board for this. Yeah, so Darby was involved in that aspect. And then you have Swerve, who wasn't necessarily involved with Mox other than the Dynasty main event and Anarchy at the Arena, but he had more of the emotional connection to Hangman, right? Everything that happened in that main event made sense for the story of the Death Riders, the story of Hangman, the story of AEW coming together to take down this greater evil, if you will. It all made sense. And that is something that I can respect and appreciate. Because, I mean, I wouldn't have wanted just, like, random people from the back to start running out. That would have not done it for me. But the fact that they had people who had storyline significance to these two opponents, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Honestly, that's probably the best Texas death match I've ever seen. It's probably probably one of the best matches I've ever seen. The emotions that I was feeling during that match, you can't replicate that. I don't think there's another match that I could watch that could give me the same emotions that watching Hangman versus Mox gave me. I was crying. I was, smiling. I was laughing. I was, there was so many different things that was going on. I just felt so many different emotions with each, segment of the match as it went on. And that's not something that you can really replicate or copy, if you will. Yeah, that was insane. I don't really know how else to describe it. This was sort of my recap for All In, on top of the vlog, right? This is gonna be long. I'm so sorry in advance. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Will got his necklace. Will got his necklace. He got his necklace. He got the Grace We Came With card. We did it. We did it. Cue celebration music. Yeah, we did it. So everything that I said to accomplish on this trip happened. And that's all I can ask for. With that being said, though, I am going to get off here. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to post this as soon as possible. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching this long thing. I don't know. And I'll talk to y'all soon.